David now the same way we looked at Sidney Crosby 10 years ago. It wasn't just about the numbers, just the things you saw Sidney Crosby do during that time period, that first 5 years in his career. And you're seeing the things that Connor McDavid does now, and you're going, yeah, you're starting to see the growth to where, okay, this guy might be able to do a lot of stuff that most folks can't. And you maybe start to appreciate it a little bit more from what we saw previously with Crosby. We got Pete in Squirrel Hill on the line. Pete, you're on the Nightly Sports Call.
Hey, Pete.
Guys, how are you tonight? Just to touch on your point, George, you're forgetting one thing. Connor McDavid is a revolutionary talent. He's the fastest skater in the history of the game, and he's 6'4", 215 to 220 pounds.
I didn't forget that, Pete.
There's only been a handful of them. The first one, okay, was Rocket Richard, okay? The second one was Bobby Orr. The third one was Wayne Gretzky, okay, and McDavid's the fourth. Oh, you can put in the Golden Jet, too, Bobby Howe, who's still in the Guinness Book of World Records. His slap shot was timed at 118 miles per hour 60 years ago.
What are you getting at here, Pete?
You're that size, Josh. That's why he's doing what he's doing. No one in the game has ever seen anybody that skates like that at 6'4", 215 pounds. Now look for him the next handful of years to average 150 to 160 points a game because that makes him indefensible. Crosby wasn't a revolutionary talent. He did a lot of things like way above normal, but he never skated like that. He didn't have the vision like that. So just look at the numbers. They don't lie.
Pete, you just said there wasn't a guy who skated at 6'4", 215 pounds like Connor McDavid, as if you didn't realize Mario Lemieux played in this city 30 years ago. Or did I miss something?
Yeah. Well, I think Sidney Crosby, I'm going to make the Tom Brady comparison again. I think Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Dan Marino, those three guys all threw the football better than Brady.
Yes.
I think even there are sometimes, to be honest with you, Josh, I think Malkin, in terms of like taking your breath away with the way he moves around on the ice, I think Malkin probably does that more than Sid, to be honest. But Sid's, it's a consistent greatness, and it's a consistent greatness really in all aspects of the game. There isn't anything he's deficient or he's weak at or he's bad at. There's not something that's an Achilles heel in his game. We know that those things exist with Malkin. So, I would agree that right now, watching McDavid, he passes the eye test much better than Sid does.
That's how I feel.
But that's not necessarily, just because someone looks better, it honestly does not make them a better player. Just like so many quarterbacks could throw the ball better than Brady and had more physical tools and skills, but they weren't the type of quarterback that Brady was.
I think that's all fair. And to kind of put a bow on all of this, there's something that kind of gets overlooked in all of it, in the cerebral aspect of it. And you talked about Brady, and I thought that was a good way to kind of move into this, because there are some aspects of Sidney Crosby's game that other people didn't have. Now, Pete mentioned Wayne Gretzky. The one thing Wayne Gretzky had that Sidney Crosby has is impeccable vision. They look at a rink differently than everybody else looks at a rink. Just like Sidney Crosby has an ability to make shots at just absurd angles the same way Mario Lemieux did. You can take different aspects of different people's games and kind of jumble them up and to put them into one mold, and that's kind of how you get Sidney Crosby. It's not necessarily just one skill or trait that sets him apart. It's the collection of things, plus the mental game out of all of it, that make him a lot different from everybody else. We got to go to our tweet of the night, brought to you by Tri-State Office Furniture. This one comes from North Allegheny's athletic department. Congratulations to Paige Morningstar for being named the Max Preps 2021 Female Athlete of the Year. Outstanding senior year for Paige Morningstar. She helped lead North Allegheny to a WPIAL and state championship in both basketball and volleyball. She's now headed to Louisville I believe she's going to play volleyball for the Cardinals. So
good genes.
Yeah.
Surprised she didn't end up at Pitt, though, Josh.
Well, that's a conversation I wasn't ready to have right now, but now that you're bringing up Darren Morningstar from Pitt basketball, of course, is her dad, so that is worth mentioning as well. So, yeah, she's got the pedigree, if nothing else. We got to take another break. We'll wrap up when we come back. Stick around.